Today I want to introduce RAMPART. This is a system that I wrote for putting together Doom community projects more easily. I wrote it for my own ramp project, and now I want to release it for anyone to use. You can get this from GitHub at davidxn/rampart, and anyone's welcome to try it out or contribute to it. Traditionally, running a Doom project has meant starting a forum thread and then fielding submissions and updates thrown at you from all angles. I watched the third dump collection drive Terminus S13 slowly insane over its 1,400 posts, and I knew I didn't want to repeat that, so instead of sacrificing your brain, this web app lets you set up a central place for people to submit maps, and it gives you a way to compile them all together automatically, so that you don't have to keep providing updates. I'll show you how it works by running through the setup of a basic project. We're just going to call this one demo project. It can be called Rampart demo.wad. And there are a ton of options on this page depending on the exact nature of the project you want to run, but you don't really need to touch any of them to set up the basics. Allow users to add new map slots is an important one, because if you are making a project with a hub, you want contributors to be able to add levels as they go, and you don't want to limit the number of level slots. You would want to allow users to add new map slots. If you are running a more vanilla style project where you know your map slots already and you just need to fill them, you want to turn that off. We'll leave it turned off for this particular project. Having done that, we can now go into the Edit Map Slots page to set up the slots that we want to allow contributors to upload maps into. There are a couple of shortcuts. You can create all the map slots for Ultimate Doom at once with the correct map lump names and everything. You can create map slots for Doom 2. I'm just going to, by way of demonstration, be a bit more cautious and add 3 map slots. So this shows you the lump that these maps will occupy, 1, 2, 3, the names of the map and authors, just defaults, and a pin for each map as well. The pin is what you hand out to contributors so that they can upload a map into this slot. This is not intended to be a secure system or anything. Please don't put bank passwords in here. It's just something like a bike lock to make sure that people don't overwrite each other's maps by accident. We can change them around to something a bit more memorable. I'll call this one Lumpy. I'll call this one Barry. And I'll call this one Terry. You can see that I've rehearsed this before. We can change the names of the maps from here, or we can let the authors do that when they upload. So we've got 3 slots available in our project now. Let's pretend that we are now a contributor and are going to upload a map into one of these slots. So let's go over to the upload page, and now we're imagining ourselves in the role of a contributor. I've been given the pin Lumpy by the project owner, and I've said that I am going to have the prestigious position of being map 01. So we want to upload something to the slot. We're going to enter our pin. And then maybe we want to change the title of our map to Receiving Area. Our author name, I'm going to be called Lawrence. And let's use a map file that's one of the demo ones that I put together for RAMP. Submit those changes. Okay, success! WAD in slot 1 has been updated. Let's do the same thing with the other pins. Here's contributor 2, whose pin was Barry. Our map name is just going to be Wastewater Plant, because I'm going to use one of the maps that I put together for Mayhem 2020 in this one. And he can be called Bartholomew, if I can spell it. And we're going to upload one more, put it in the existing slot. What did I call it? Terry? Alright, and this one is going to be Aberdonia, which was another thing that I did for Mayhem 2020, but I don't think I finished it. So this one's going to be called Aberdonia. Author name is Terence, and that's definitely work in progress. We'll submit those changes. Alright, if we go to the download page now, we can see the names and authors that we put in. We can see when the maps were updated. What Rampart allows you to do is, instead of having to produce new versions with people's changes all the time, anyone can go to this page, download a snapshot version, and in the background it will put together the whole project and then provide the finished thing. So if we download a snapshot version, there we go, Rampart demo snapshot 1.wad. Let's open that up in Slade. Here it is. You can see the map 01, map 02, and map 03 have been automatically parsed from the upload folder and included into the WAD. There's a lump here called R version, which will just note when this thing was built and the build number, so that you can keep track of which version's which. One thing to note is that it doesn't matter what map lump the contributors declare their map to be. In all the source WADs, these happen to all be map 01, but Rampart handles changing that automatically, and it will apply the lump names that you specified in the project setup. If I go into edit my map slots again, maybe we change our mind. Maybe this should be map 02, this should be map 01 instead. We're going to refresh the page just to sort them again. And it sorts by lump. Let's download again. Snapshot version. And if we open that one up, we can see now map 01 is the big one, map 02 is the really simple one. As a project author, you're probably going to want to change some graphics around or upload your own content into the project as well. And you can do that by putting content into the fixed content folder in Rampart. This follows the same convention as the PK3 folders, which you can look up in the ZDoom wiki. I'm just going to add a title picture, and that's going to go into the graphics folder for full screen images. Here's one I prepared, just Rampart demo project. We're going to upload it there. Alright, so if we go back to the admin page, we want to generate a new snapshot. Usually the download page, when someone hits that, it will check to see if the map list has been updated since the last time we built the project, and if it has, it'll go and rebuild the whole thing again. In this case, we didn't change the map list, we only changed the fixed content, so I'm just going to force generating a new snapshot now. If we scroll down on this page, you can see the recent build times, how long the compiling process took for each one. You can also see the log that the compiler generated for the last build, so you can check it for any error messages, things you didn't expect. This one went well. We've got build number 3, we cleaned up the target folder, we found map 02, incorporated all its lumps, map 01, map 03. It found the static content that we uploaded, and included that in the project, and then it put all those together and wrote a WAD with all these lumps compiled all together. So if we download that one, let's see what this looks like within Doom. And here's our Rampart demo project running in GZDoom. So we can start it up. We're in map 01. I kind of forgot that I relied on several external textures for this map, but it doesn't matter, GZDoom can cope with it. If you choose to, you can include textures or sprites from the uploaded WADs. You can let authors just submit their maps. It all depends on what you prefer. If you want a bit more control over what people are uploading, what I did during RAMP was just vet all the sprites and textures myself and uploaded them into my fixed content folder so that anybody could then use them. Let's head to the middle of here actually, so I can show you the exits. There we go. Smooth as anything. Yeah, and here's our map 02, another custom map. So that's how Rampart works. I'm calling this the first publicly understandable beta version. If you do have a project that you want to get off the ground, please feel free to contact me. I can set up an instance for you. We can work together to work out what your project needs, because I'm in need of a client to test this against for a project that I'm not in complete control of. Feel free to get in touch with me on Doomworld or wherever. I will do some more videos about Rampart's other capabilities, and I hope in releasing this I can make community projects a bit less hellish.